This e-bike that I'm looking at in this video is the PVY. It's called their Z20 Pro, a new brand for me that I'll be covering. And what we've got is a 20-inch sized rim e-bike here that is foldable. Now the battery pack's located in the frame right here, and it's lockable. We can easily remove that, charge it indoors if you need to, and it gives us a claimed range of 50 to 80 kilometers from the 10 amp hour battery. Now included is this, which is a cheap phone holder. We get a cover for it to protect it from rain if you're going to be storing it outside, I guess. Some pedals right here that I need to screw on. Just below that there are some tools. We have a little front headlight. Now this does have the battery included within it, a rear reflector, and in this box here we have the charger. So the installation that is required is minimal. I need to install the handlebars, the front headlight, rear reflector, and the pedals. And it's demonstrating how you fold it out. Well, we've got this little lever here, so you need to pull up on the release, push this forward, and then the handlebars will drop down. And then to fold it in half here, there's a little latch you need to lift up and then pull that latch out. And then this bike will then, of course, fold in half like so, making it a lot more compact like this. And I can even drop the seat down further. And this makes the Z20 Pro a lot easier to fit in the trunk or boot of a car or stow it away under, say, a stairwell. The bike has mechanical disc brakes. They're 160mm cable pull, so not hydraulic here. And we do have mud guards that are made out of metal. You see, we do too have this here on the top, which is our bike rack that comes with the bike, and it has a low capacity of 25 kilos. Now the shock on the front here, it has travel of about 2.5 to possibly 3 inches, and great to see a shock rather than no shock. And we do have a front headlight here that is rather cheap. It does come with a battery in it, and as you can see, it lights up the path ahead sufficiently, but I do wish it was a little bit brighter. So this seat here is reasonably comfortable, good amount of padding to it. I like it, it's comfortable. It does the job. Now with the grips here, they're not lock grips, but they don't seem to spin around, so that is a good thing. And we have the accelerator here on the right hand side. So this only takes us up to about 4 kilometers. It's just an aid really to get started before you then pedal and the speed sensor takes over and pushes us ahead, of course, with the motor. The bike has this gasket that goes over where you will find our charge port, on and off switch, and even a powered type A port here, which is 5 volts, 1 or 2 amps, I believe it is. Now the charge time of the battery is about 4 hours to charge that 10.3 amp hour battery. Very stock standard here when it comes to our gear. So the derailleur is Shimano cassette here, 6-speed. The chain is a SLC brand of chain, and our motor here in the rear hub. So it's 250 watts when it's locked, which was the wattage I'll be leaving it on at the moment. But if you unlock it, that brings it up to 500 watts. And the maximum torque out of this 36 volt motor here is 50 Newton meters. We've got a speed sensor that is located here in the front crank, plastic chain protector, and this here, the pedals, they are probably one of my biggest complaints too with this particular bike. They're foldable pedals, which is nice. I've just noticed that they don't give a lot of grip to your feet, and I just feel like my feet are slipping off the pedals at times. Included with the Z20 Pro, there is a little bell, which is pretty useless, but hey, it's great that we do have a bell. And this, of course, is our Shimano gear selector. So this is to go up the gears, and pulling on this lever here is to go down the gears. And our screen, I've seen a lot of this particular model of screen before in previous bikes. And you'll see we've got our battery gauge right here. We've got our trip, speed, and pedal assist levels. So tapping M, you can then go up and down those pedal assist levels, 1 up to 3. And onto our ride quality now of the PVY, the Z20 Pro. So 20-inch rims here, 2.3 inches wide. Kickstand works well. Now you can adjust the seat to cater for rider heights of 150 centimeters to 190. Handlebar is adjustable too. You can drop and lower the height of that. So I found the bike to be comfortable, ride, plenty of room. My knees are nowhere near the handlebars. Handlebars nice and high here too. So it is an upright, comfortable ride, spongy seat. So it uses a speed sensor, not a torque sensor. So the speed sensor is located where the crank is, and when it detects that you are pedaling, it'll then give you the power. And because I've got it now on pedal assist level 2, I think it's going to power up to about 20 something kilometers, but I'll put it into number 3. There we go. And that's now going to take me up to 25 kilometers per hour, and it cuts out once I start to pedal over that with my own manual power. So the more you do pedal yourself and go over 25 kilometers per hour, it'll save on battery too if you do that. For example, on the flat now, it's easy going, and you can hear the motor just a little bit. The Z20 Pro is going to be ideal for just situations like this. Nice, comfortable, cruisy ride on the flat here. Going from A to B, city commutes is what this is designed for. And then just being a little bit more compact, the fact that you can fold it right up to easily place in storage or in the boot of a car, trunk of a car. Now the gears, going through those, not a problem with the Shimano shifter that it is. Yes, they're entry-level cassette and gears we do have with the drivetrain, but it is working well, and at this price point I wouldn't expect really anything else. The main thing is it's reliable, the shifts are accurate, and that's what you want. So in the first gear now. Climb test now, so this is about a 20-degree gradient. I'm in the pedal assist level 3 lowest gear, and I'm having to put medium kind of effort in here. So it is not quite as good as some of the other bikes out there, but I do have it limited to the 250 watts power here, which is the legal limit for the EU. And the climbing performance I'd rate as average. Now if I turn off the pedal assist, so now it's on 0. Ooh, you notice that straight away, and it becomes quite difficult in the lowest gear even to pedal right now. Coming into my climb test spot now, I do have it in pedal assist level 3, so that's the maximum. Bear in mind I do have it to the legal limit, which is 250 watts. So it's going up this. Okay, look at this. Just up ahead, gets a bit steeper, and okay, it is starting to feel that. Definitely the motor struggling a little bit more. So climbing performance, going down the gears now, I'm in the 3rd gear, 2nd. It's not bad, but it certainly is, I would rate as average. Some of the other ones will just rocket straight up this, but of course the 250 watts, but at least we do have those 7 gears. I can even go now into the 1st gear here, and that climbing performance is quite easy for me to continue just like this, but I'm only doing 10 or 11 kilometers per hour. Now my braking test, you probably heard the brakes squeaking away a little bit. They are squeaky brakes. So I'm going to get up to about 30 kilometers per hour when I reach this post here, the white one, full on emergency braking. So 1, 2, 3. All right, not too bad. It did it before this post right here, so that is good to see. But I have bed in these brakes. They did need a little bit. In the beginning, they were quite average, the performance, and at the moment, not bad, the brakes. I would have loved to have seen hydraulic, but overall, for the price point, these brakes aren't bad. And I'll show you how you can unlock the maximum power. So that's the 500 watts, and also the speed limit up to 32 kilometers per hour instead of 25, and you can use that twist accelerator to go beyond 6 kilometers. So hold down the power and M button for about 5 to 6 seconds. You'll see it'll flash over into this menu here. So P1, I don't want P1, I want P2. Now you can see P2 has 25 kilometers per hour. This is the factory setting. That is the speed limit there. And what I'll do is hit M now. So this then changes it to flash to the 25 kilometers per hour. Tap the power button just once, and now it is set to 32 kilometers per hour top speed, but that has now unlocked the power to go from 250 watts to now 500. So press and hold the power button, and then press and hold it again, and it is going to reset. We have now unlocked the maximum power. So that has made a big difference now to the climbing performance, having the 500 watts. And I'll just take it up this little gravel trail here just to test out that front shock a bit, because it is certainly good having a shock on the front compared to other bikes that don't with this style, the foldables. And it does soak up a few of those little bumps there. And that was actually quite easy for me to do that with now the 500 watts of power. And because it's unlocked, I can use this, the accelerator on the right hand side, so twist accelerator. I'm not even pedaling at all now, and I'm climbing up this tiny little climb up to now 15 kilometers per hour, so it's surpassed the limit that we had before when it was completely locked down. The price it does sell for, I don't think it's bad at all. The build quality, the finish on the paint job, not bad at all. There's no real rattles apart from the occasional clunking that I do get out of the front shock. The brakes, once you bed them in, they are fine. The shifts with the Shimano gears working out all right. And then the range, of course, out of that 10 or just over 10, it's 10.3 amp hour battery. Well, they claim 50 to 80 kilometers, and I'm able to get out of it about 48 kilometers. I'm losing around 12, or I'm gaining, sorry, should I say, 12 kilometers per about 25% of the battery. So that's why I worked out that I'm getting close to 50, which is in line with their claim. And that's using the pedal assist levels 2 and 3 most of the time, but I also do pedal a lot myself. So of course, when you go over 25 kilometers per hour, you're not using the battery then. Now, the downsides to this bike here are the weight of it. So it is approximately about 25 kilos. It is quite heavy. It's not a bike that you want to be folding up and then having to go up a huge flight of stairs, because it's going to be tough work doing that, and you'll certainly get fit with it. The climbing performance, as I showed you, was average. It's okay. It's nothing exceptional. And if you do happen to unlock it, which I haven't done, you then gain 500 watts. But the downside is you'll be burning, of course, through that battery quite a bit quicker. So this is the PVY Z20 Pro. Thank you so much for watching my review here.